That shit was disorienting, yo. And I can the list goes on of patterns that I recognize that were normalized, right? I think as neurospicy people, we often exist like far outside of the norm and status quo anyway. But again, because we're like sponges, right? We take in so much information from our pattern recognition. Like we're constantly having hyperfixations that are impromptu or are not predetermined. We're like these walking, talking computers that take in so much that sometimes while taking in so much, right, you pick up certain cues that are unhealthy. And so growing up, being around all this shit, I started to pick up these cues. And as I picked them up and realized how dysfunctional they were, I used to try and speak out on them. But when you try to speak out on them, on a people who are already suffering from a condition of not being able to see themselves because the hood and the ghetto maintains an erasure of what's possible for you. Then when you try to like show your own people like, yo, there's actually even more possible of you than what you can ever imagine if you just allowed yourself to step outside the box of the things that you've been shackled to. You get shut down. But when Pope Nicholas V, right, in 1452, issued a set of palpables, right, that authorized the Portuguese, right, to subjugate any non Christian lands for the sake of exploration and conquest, erasing cultures of indigenous people is what creates this poverty mindset, right, of the soul, of the spirit, right? And what we see today when it comes to a lot of the self-hate and the ability to see yourself outside of your situation. When you start to look up on history like these, you get a lot of empathy, right, for what you see. And I had a lot of empathy despite experiencing a lot of this self-hate that was projected onto me. And yet the beautiful contrast is what I also notice in pattern recognition is that these circumstances is what brewed the greats like James Baldwin, Audre Lorde, Gloria Alzaldúa, Toni Morrison, Nikki Giovanni, Kimberly Crenshaw, Patricia Hill Collins, Zora Neale, Asada Shakur, Sojourner Truth, Malcolm X, the Move 5 group, right? With them luscious ass locks, or the affluent city of Tulsa, Oklahoma, like before it was massacred in 1921, of black banks, black restaurants, black everything. These were also patterns I noticed, right? That came out of that dichotomy of self-hate meets self-liberation. These are the state of being that is possible for a lot of us in the hood. You know what I'm saying? But when you in the hood, yo, all you see is your circumstance and condition, and it's designed that way. It's designed to keep you there. It's designed that way.